Hello, I'm Jeff Myers, and welcome to Elgin Today. On this edition, we'll have a quick recap for Elgin's 25th Annual Image Awards Night at the center of Elgin. We'll hear from the director of the Elgin Area Convention and Visitors Bureau, Krisilee Murphy, who talks about what's happening there and also about their relatively new location. We'll have some highlights from the Larkin boys basketball team's regional win, and congratulations go out to Elgin Community College men's basketball team, finishing second in the nation. Mayor David Kaptain's segment takes us to the Elgin History Museum as we talk it over with Museum Director Liz Marston. Jason Pulowski of the Elgin Chamber of Commerce has information about Open Elgin, your chance to see some of the great structures of the city of Elgin. And Christian Sundquist, Elgin's historic preservation planner, tells us about the month of May and what the city's Preservation Month is all about. We'll have these stories and more on this edition of Elgin Today. We open this show with a quick look at the 31 groups, individuals, businesses nominated for an Elgin Image Award for 2016 as an excited crowd gathered at the Heritage Ballroom and the center of Elgin. 13 of those nominated received Elgin Image Awards, including this very patriotic group.
Hi, I'm Frankie Lonker. I am the incoming president of the EPMA, taking over for Jerry Turnquist, and we're totally thrilled to be awarded this Elgin Image Award. It means so much to us that we're well respected, and we make sure that we put on the greatest, most reverent ceremony for Memorial Day. We're at 4 locations, and we just go from place to place, and we have a great turnout.
Among the other Elgin Image recipients on this March 16th night, Gretchen Vapner, who has done so much for the Community Crisis Center and really all of Elgin over the last 40-plus years.
I will gladly accept this on behalf of all the staff, volunteers, board members, but I'd really like to accept it on behalf of Elgin, Illinois. The city who welcomed a new idea, a shelter for women and children in 1975. Not every shelter in the state was welcomed the way we were.
And good news, the city television crew with Sue Campbell was in attendance for the Image Awards, and you can watch the program in its entirety on cable on Channel 17 on WOW and Comcast, and also on Channel 99 and AT&T on Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday at 12:30, and also Sunday nights at 7. That's the 25th Annual Elgin Image Awards. You can also watch online at cityofelgin.org. For our second story here in the month of April, we talk with Krisilee Murphy. Krisilee, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful. We're at your new location. Tell me your official title.
It's Elgin Area Convention Visitors Bureau. We're at 60 South Grove now.
Brand new, and you are?
I'm the director of marketing.
And we found the new digs. This is a great location right here.
Isn't this perfect? We have access to the bike trail, but then visitors also have access to us from Grove. So we're able to get a little bit of everyone stopping in for information.
So a lot of folks have dropped by lately?
Oh, it's a lot of foot traffic, yes. It's
and
great.
You've been here about a year?
We've been here about a year, yeah.
Wow, that's wonderful. Well, we appreciate that very much. And let's take a quick look around the place because you've got a local artist with lots of paintings up.
Yes, Karen Castillo has all of her work up, so our office is decorated completely by her down our hallways.
Wow, that's some great work. Is the tall tower building, is that her work?
Yeah, the tower building, that's actually my coveted piece, so no one better like that one, because that one's mine.
Well, I made an offer on it, so don't you worry. That'll be in our office.
Friendly competition.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we know. Well, that's excited that we are. Tell me some of the things going on for the Elgin Area Convention and Visitor Bureau.
Well, we just completed Restaurant Week. It was our second annual one. Yeah.
Great idea.
It was a great one. It was a lot of fun.
I know Jason Pulowski loves that concept, doesn't he?
He's quite the eater, isn't he?
Any restaurant, if there's a gathering, he's there.
Exactly. And then upcoming, we have the YWCA Uncorked event, which is April 6th. And I'm involved in the board, and that one will be at Elgin Art Space Lofts, and that one's going to combine wine and artwork. It's a really cool event.
Wow, those are my minors in college.
Oh, look at that. Yes. You better be there then.
So that's on April 6th. So how would we get involved with that if we're watching early in the month?
If you come to the Facebook page for the YWCA Elgin, you'll see all the information there. You can buy your ticket and also figure out what kind of wine pulls we have going on, all the fun games. It'll be a good time.
Oh, it's wonderful. We'll mark that in the calendar. As we look further in this summer, you're involved with Art and Soul on the Fox, are you not?
We are. So last year we did Bikes and Bites on the Fox.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, for the second year we had a blast with that event. But this year we want to combine it with Art and Soul on the Fox, which is a city-run event, and we're going to bring the food trucks to that event. So there'll be food trucks now at Art and Soul on the Fox.
That's usually like the first week of August, isn't it?
It is. It's August 5th and 6th.
Wow. So we'll be involved with that, and that brings out artisans from everywhere, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. You'll see artists all across Grove. They'll be on Spring Street. There's so many artists in the downtown. It's incredible.
And more food trucks than ever?
More food trucks. I mean, we love food trucks here in Elgin. So, yep, bring them out.
If folks want to get a hold of you here for information, how would they do that?
So 847-695-7540 or by email kmurphy@northernfoxrivervalley.com.
All the details it is. So again, how did you, this place is, as we talked about at the beginning, it's luxurious and long. This is a great new place, isn't it?
It is. It's great. And then on the back door, we have access to the bike trail. So we're able to get the bike trail people to actually stop in downtown and get information so they'll stop and eat.
The essence of modern Elgin. We have the riverfront right there. Door opens. I'm right there.
Exactly. Me too.
That was always Mayor Schock and Mayor Kaptain's dream, wasn't it?
See, yep. And it's a perfect lunch spot for everybody.
Yeah, everybody should face the river in the modern day, like we used to. You've got a new person on staff.
We do, yeah. Sarah Still joined our staff back in August, and she's a recent Judson grad, and she's an Elgin resident. So we're so excited to have her.
Wonderful. She's an eagle. That's
Oh,
great.
yeah,
Judson.
she is, yeah. She's got a very long title, but she's the greeter. So if any residents or a visitor comes to the area, you'll see her beautiful face smiling out at
Oh,
you.
how nice. Well, I'm making an arrangement to show up right now. So Sarah Sill, S-I-L-L?
Yes, correct, yeah.
All right. Well, we say hello to her. Any other details that we would have here for upcoming in the summer?
If you need any information on events, we have all of them listed on our website at northernfoxrivervalley.com or check out our Facebook. We try to catch all events.
And you've been doing this for a number of years. You're young, but you're doing this.
I am. I actually started out as the events intern for the city of Elgin, and now I've been here for 7.5 years.
Wow.
It's been a little bit.
There's hope for Sarah.
Yes, there is.
All right. Well, we appreciate the information and great new location. Our address, did we mention in the beginning?
The address is 60 South Grove. Stop in for bike trail information or anything you want with restaurants. We have it all.
Greeters Sarah will say hello.
Yeah, stop in and say hi to Sarah. She loves it.
We are here. Well, we appreciate the information, Krisilee.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
The Elgin Area Convention and Visitors Bureau, come in and say hello to Sarah. That's Krisilee Murphy. We'll see you. Next here on Elgin Today, let's take a look at some of the late season run for the Larkin Royals boys basketball team as they had wins over the Elgin Maroons, Prairie Ridge, and Bartlett to win their own regional. That took place on Friday, March 3rd. The victory over Bartlett was a 71-51 victory with great play by the 6'10 junior Jalen Shaw and also junior Anthony Lynch. A great celebration took place after this victory on Friday, March 3rd. The next week, the sectional was played in Elgin as well, this time at the fabled Jensboro Fieldhouse, home of the Maroons. The Royals on Tuesday, March 7th, again matched up against a solid team as they took on Rockford Boylan. 6'10 junior Jalen Shaw dominated, as well as Anthony Lynch, and the victory over Rockford Boylan was a solid one with a 62-51 final. And that set the stage for a Friday matchup with the number 1 seed in the sectional, the Golden Eagles of Jacobs High School. Well, it was not to be on this night as the Royals' season would come to a close as they were knocked off by Jacobs by a final tally of 62-39. Only 6-man Cashmere Ivy and senior Jalen Webb will graduate, so next year's Larkin squad figures to be one of the strongest in the state. A sidebar note from this game as Cam Krutwig, the 6'9 man from Jacobs, and Larkin's Kristen Negron, who was injured this year, an ACL injury and didn't play, hug. They will both be members of Loyola's basketball team next year. That means next year, many trips to Chicago to watch Christian and Cam play college ball. And also basketball-wise, congratulations to Elgin Community College men's basketball team, here celebrating after the District 2 championship on Saturday night, March 4th, in a game played at ECC. ECC would go on to have their greatest season ever during the 16-17 campaign. They'd go from this spot to win 2 games at the Nationals in the final field of 8 before losing the championship game to a school from Northland in Texas. But it was still 31 victories on the season, a second consecutive conference championship, Region 4 championship, first time ever, District 2 as we talked about, then on to the Nationals. Now on Tuesday, April 4th, Elgin Community College at the Job Lounge on campus will have a celebration of this great ECC basketball season. Everyone is invited to attend. That's Tuesday, April 4th, 10 a.m., Job Lounge on the campus of Elgin Community College. Time now for our segment with Mayor David Kaptain. And Mayor, we are in the midst of a very historic building.
We are, Jeff. We're with Liz Marston from the Elgin Area Historical Society. We're at familiarly called in Elgin Old Main, but it's the home of the Elgin Area Historical Society, and we're going to talk about history. We'll talk about things that are unique to Elgin, and one of the things that I think is unique is Elgin's long history, but more than that, it's the community's love for our history. Many communities don't have that. They have people that they have a long history, but they just don't do the same kind of things that we do here. So I wanted to talk about some of the events coming up this month in May, and about some of the things that have been going on in Elgin about history and what we do as a community to celebrate our history.
All right, sounds good. We'll talk about both April and May, but you're active all the way, are you not, Liz?
Yes, we have a lot of preservation programs in the month of May, and we have our History Fair April 23rd.
Always one of my favorites.
Yes, for youth and families, and we have a whole bunch of activities, hands-on activities for kids and their parents and grandparents to do together.
What about the candlelight gathering you're going to have?
The candlelight tour is May 12th, and that will be where we celebrate Old Main. Last year was its 160th birthday, since it was built in 1856, and is now a landmark building.
And largely saved in the bicentennial year, was it not?
It was largely saved in the bicentennial year. Thank goodness for the bicentennial. But that will be a tour around the building that will be at night, and it will be a different perspective with just candles. None of our regular lighting, and we have characters here from Elgin's history, from Elgin's past. So it's a very fun event, and it's also has refreshments with it. So it's really neat. You get tickets online at elginhistory.org.
And what's our address here at the Elgin History Museum?
We are at 360 Park Street on the grounds of Elgin Academy.
All right. Mayor, great things happen here.
They sure are. And, we've talked a lot about historic housing, and about our industry in Elgin, and the long history of this community, and the fiber that's created and the roots that are set down. And I think that getting young people out, educating them about what the city is, and I run into this a lot. They move to Elgin, and they spend 5-10 years here, and they come all of a sudden, like it's a light comes on. Say, boy, we never knew that. All these things happened here. And it's about connecting people back, and educating people about what our history is, and these guys do a great job of that.
You really do. Congratulations on that.
Well, thank you. We're working on a project to connect today's population to the past with Dairies to Prairies. Ooh. And so we're working to tell the history of the far west Elgin area that's kind of new subdivisions, and people are living on areas that were dairy farms, and how that dairy farming impacted Elgin, why our library is named Gail Borden.
That's right.
And
we were the king of dairy, weren't we?
We were the king of dairy from about 1870 to 1910.
Set the price of milk right here in Elgin.
Set the price of butter.
Butter.
Right.
I knew it was something from the table.
It was. And so that's a project, it's a documentary and traveling exhibit project that we're doing on, much in the same way that we did Project 231 with Elgin's African American heritage.
Which was great. That was a great.
Yeah. So we're trying to do that. Another big project is the Nancy Kimball Cobblestone House. Yes. We're working with the city on that to try to rehab that building and make it into a community.
We saw that last year. And during Preservation Month, Mayor, you know this, a Civil War walk will be centered around that house.
Yes, we're working with Near West Neighbors to get that whole Civil War walk set up, and you'll be able to go into the house and see the construction that we're doing.
That's great.
All the preservation.
Your dad served in the Civil War, didn't he?
I don't believe he did, no. I might have, but I don't remember.
You have a uniform here, don't you?
Yes, we have several uniforms in the collection.
From the Civil War?
Yes, from the Civil War.
And I think a good question, people that may have moved to Elgin, have a new home, maybe they find things when they purchase a home, and you accept donations. That's how certain ones. That's about how a museum like this gets built, is through people, collectors that travel around the country and walk into an antique shop in Nebraska and stumble on something that came from Elgin and bring it home.
That's right. That's how you got the road rally, the race back, didn't you?
It isn't, the road race.
The trophy itself, yeah.
No, that was a planned
but it was in Ohio?
fundraising. Yes, it was being auctioned off, I think, on the East Coast.
Wow.
And that happened with a group of people who are really interested in the road race. But all of the things that you see in this room, for instance, are donated by the public. And everything that we take into the collection tells a story about Elgin. That's really what we're trying to do.
Mayor, you mentioned the Mayor's Awards on May 2. Another room here is going to win an award.
Right. We have a wonderful temporary exhibit called it's on Elgin American compacts and industrial designers and how Elgin American contributed to Art Deco design.
Wow, and Lucille Ball came to town in 1949 to promote,
Elgin
if not
American,
that, some of them.
well, Elgin American had a whole lineup of celebrities that helped to promote their things. So did Elgin Watch.
All right.
Jeff, those are the kind of things that make Elgin great. And there are events that go on in the city of Elgin that connects people back to the history. One, they have a great cemetery walk. Yeah. We also have the house walk through the Gifford Park neighborhood. And last year I was a docent right across the street. Yeah. And we talk about houses and who lived there and some of the history of the people that built those houses and have lived in them. And it's really fascinating for people that walk through. And at the house walk, for certain, I've met people that, we get thousands of people ask them, where'd you come from? That's one of the things the mayor does. Well, they came from Bensonville and around the whole suburbs of Chicago just to see Elgin and look at the homes. And I always try to talk about our history a little bit and what goes on in the community. But there's more to it than just the house walk. And I think some of the great things that we do, like the cemetery walk, are really beneficial to the community.
The house walk usually brings lots of folks out, as you mentioned, but they always come back again, too.
Yeah, oh, yeah, they come back, and it's something new and new every year, and they try to find new homes. It just showcases our city, and they see the rest of the city as well when they drive through. So it's more than just visiting those homes.
Wonderful. What else have you got for us at this great location?
The Cemetery Walk is having its 30th anniversary this year, as is the Elgin History Museum. This is our 30th year.
Wow, congratulations.
So this is a big year for people to come out to the cemetery, and we even have a bus that will take, thanks to the city, that will take people around that can't do the actual walking but want to see all the history.
Wonderful. That's always a great event, and we like that a lot.
And one of the things I want to start working on with the museum and with the community is to expand our vision a little bit, and we change things up and do things a little different than other communities, and that's what separates us. I want to help welcome people that have moved here and came from different communities. And even if they didn't grow up in Elgin, they can adopt Elgin. Many of the people that have become active in the Elgin Area Historical Society and with the house walk and the cemetery walk are people that have moved here, and they're transplants. You don't have to be born here to be part of this history, but you can become part of it, and I think that's an important message to get across.
No question about it. Elgin with a great history, and we've preserved it and passed the information on. That's always good.
Absolutely, and I guess young people, why did settlers come here? What was the attraction for this spot, and to put us all in this spot on the face of the earth? Why did they come here?
I usually get, why does Kimball become Lawrence, is a street question.
That's a good question. That's a good question.
You'll answer that some other time.
Well, there was no bridge. It looked different from the other side.
And in the Kimball family, a generation or two came back in recent years, didn't they?
Oh, yes, that's right. You met them
Yeah.
when you were at the house. Yes, they have. And the Kimballs were finding out more and more all of the significant things that family contributed to Elgin since 1835.
And he brought back some letters too, didn't he, Mr. Kimball?
Yes, and another Kimball has a whole series of diaries that
Wow.
early generations had kept.
What have you produced lately, Mayor?
Not too much lately. I've been kind of on the downslope lately, Jeff. I'm in a non-productive period, I guess.
Wonderful. We're down to about 90 seconds. Have we forgotten anything?
No, I mean, we have lots of other programs. I think people should check us out on our website at elginhistory.org. And you can see our events that are coming up. We do have, we're partnering with the library on a children's event. That's it's April 8th. Oh, it'll be too early for
Well,
that.
is it early April? We can touch on it.
Okay, it's Stories in the Museum, and the library is partnering with both our museum and the Elgin Public Museum.
Wonderful. Great job. Mayor?
And, encourage people to visit the museum and share some time here with staff and great personal stories from people. And Liz can tell us about the hours and when we're open.
We got to say the hours. Okay, the hours are Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 11 to 4.
All right. And we're, of course, our location again.
Is 360 Park Street.
Do you have a phone number for us?
847-742-4248.
Do you have a display here, Mayor?
I do not. Maybe they'll have one someday.
Yeah, someday.
All right. Yeah. All right. Be like Lord's Park there.
There we go.
All right, we've got to scoot out. Wonderful. Thanks for taking us through.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, Mayor Kaptain.
Thanks, Jeff. We'll look forward to next month.
We will. That's our segment with Mayor David Kaptain. Thanks. It was a fun segment from the Elgin History Museum. Now let's take a quick look at the now being refurbished Tower Building. As next we hear about a chance for everyone watching to see some of Elgin's great structures and buildings.
On Saturday, April 22nd, we have the first ever Open Elgin event. It's inspired by an event that happens in Chicago every year called Open House Chicago. It's an architectural tour of the historically significant buildings, as well as architecturally significant buildings and LEED certified buildings. So we've got about 20 or so different buildings, including beautiful senior services building over here, which used to be the Salvation Army building back in the day. Art Space, the historic Henrietta building back in the day. About 20 or so different buildings across Elgin, not just downtown, but throughout the Elgin area. We've got LEED certified buildings such as Gale Borden Library, Judson Library, Triumph Community Bank, places like that, Sherman Hospital's Aquapond that they have there, their geothermal lake that they have there. So it's going to be a great event. It's from 1 to 5, Saturday, April 22nd, and there's more information about that on our website at openelgin.com. We're hoping that we'll draw some people not just from Elgin, but from outside of Elgin too. Elgin has a lot of history to tell, and I think it's a great event for people to come out and check out buildings that they normally wouldn't get a chance to see. Some of these buildings aren't really open to the public, so I think people are going to have a chance to see something different, something unique that only Elgin could offer, and it's just something that I think a lot of people really enjoy, unique architecture, and if there's one thing that Elgin is rich in, it's architecture. My first home in Elgin when I came here was the Tower Building, which I'm glad to see the old girl get some new life sometime soon.
No question about it. Do we have to pre-register, or is there a cost involved?
There is no cost. You just have to go to the website, and they'll give you all the information on the different buildings that are a part of the tracks, the LEED track as well as the history track. And there's some schools, U46 involved as well. The planetarium observatory is part of this tour, so it should be great. I mean, and this is all put on thanks in part to our Elgin Development Group, Enhancing Elgin Committee, which is made up of a variety of different organizations. Ourselves, the Convention and Visitors Bureau, the Gale Borden Library, Judson University, Downtown Neighborhood Association, about 10 or 12 different organizations that get together and we talk about how to market Elgin as a place to enjoy, live, work, and enjoy. So it's a great committee.
Well, Jason, it's a great idea, a wonderful concept. How long would it take the day to get through all that?
The event itself goes from 1 to 5, and we don't expect everyone to view every single building. Again, they're not all walking, so you'd have to drive to some of the spots. But again, they'll be open from 1 to 5 in various times. So check the website to make sure that the buildings that you want to see are open at the right times. They're not all going to be open from 1 to 5. But again, openelgin.com is the web address, and we just hope everyone will come out and enjoy Elgin's architecture. It's really a cool place to come see.
It seems always a great amount of dancing involved with a yearly fundraiser for Senior Services Associates in Elgin, and this year is no different as we get more information.
Hi, my name is Leslie Edstrom, and I'm the Fund Development Director for Senior Services Associates. And I'm here to talk to you today about something we're really excited about. It's our annual fundraising dinner event, and it's going to be held on April 28th of this year at the Villa Olivia Country Club.
Tell us how we can get tickets for that.
Well, please give us a call over at Senior Services at 847-741-0404, or you can email us at Edstrom, EDSTROM, at seniorservicesassociate.org, and I'll make sure to get the tickets for you.
You've got a great theme this year.
Yes, our theme this year is the 60s Feeling Groovy. So we're looking forward to seeing everybody in their 60s costumes and dancing to great music. I heard people are going to be doing the monkey and the twist, and we're going to have great bands like the Rolling Stones and Elvis, and people are going to be dressed up like Twiggy and all different kinds of, I heard some people are going to have, there's going to be a whole table of people dressed like Austin Powers characters. Wow. So it should be a great time for everyone.
Remind us, Senior Services helped so many folks through the year, don't they?
Yes. Last year in 2016, we served 28,000 residents of Kane, Kendall, and McHenry County with a variety of programs and services, ranging from information and assistance all the way to adult protective services. So we really reach everybody in the community, both the seniors, the disabled, and caregivers. So it's a great cause to give to, and it impacts the community in tremendous ways.
And you're located here in a well-known building in Elgin.
Yes, we're located at 101 South Grove in Elgin, right in the heart of downtown Elgin.
A reminder, the Elgin Pet Expo will take place Saturday, April 22nd at the Hemmons lower level It'll take place from 12 to 4. Dogs and cats are welcome, must be currently vaccinated and leashed at all times. Now, there will be low-cost vaccinations and microchipping available for Elgin citizens. State-issued government ID required to prove residency. Come meet with pet-related vendors. For more information, you can call Matthew at 847-289-2668 or go online to cityofelgin.org/pet health. And again, the date is Saturday, April 22nd, Hemmons Lower Level from 12 to 4. For our final story this month of April, we're delighted to talk it over with Kristen Sundquist. You're the Historic Preservation Specialist for the City of Elgin, is that right?
That's right.
And you, the month of May is yours. Preservation Month that we expanded about a decade plus ago. We have so many events, don't we?
Yes, we do. They range from walking tours, workshops, to lectures. It's a great way for people in Elgin as well as visitors to learn a little bit more about Elgin's history.
We're always delighted with the Mayor's Awards. This year, you've got a location we've never used before.
Yes, it's 1 Douglas Avenue, and that's on the corner of Douglas and Chicago. And this building is quite unique as it was originally known as the Hubbard Office Building. That building was demolished in 1980. However, in 1999, they built a new building that was paid homage to the original design of the building. Now, this building is connected to what was originally or historically called the Turner Hall. It had a shoe store as well as a drugstore on the first floor. It had offices on the second, and the third floor was the hall space, and that's where our event will be. And it's really unique. It has exposed brick, great detailing, and it shows a nice connection between the historic building next door as well as the new building that was built right next door.
It's great because there wasn't a lot of land there when Mr. Kresimer and company built that. It was like a half lot, so they came up with a great concept.
Right, yes. It ties really nicely together. I think it's a nice preservation project.
And what's the date for the Mayor's Awards?
It is Tuesday, May 2nd.
All right, and what time will that take place?
It'll be at 6 o'clock. That's when the doors open, and the event will start at 7.
Wonderful. And the Mayor's Awards, they go to folks who've fixed up the house and all kinds of awards like
Right.
that.
They did outstanding contributions to Elgin's heritage, and that's within this past year. And the event is open to the public. However, we do ask that registration is required.
All right, we'll look forward to that. What else have you got for it? Preservation Month starts in late April but goes through all of May.
Right. We have a lot of events, like I mentioned. On May 12th, specifically, we have the Elgin History Museum's Candlelight Tour, and it brings a new light, pun intended, to the History Museum. And that'll be around 8 p.m., I believe.
Wow, and of course, we were with the Mayor at the History Museum for this month's show, so it's kind of fun.
Oh, great. Fantastic.
And you've got kind of a Civil War tie-in.
Right. So the Near West neighbors are hosting a Civil War walk in the Near West neighborhood, and that is a great tie-in and introduction to the Civil War reenactment that will be in June. Elgin's first, actually.
I know. That's exciting because we talked with Barb Kaselica about that last month, and those are so popular, those reenactments, so we're right there with everybody else.
Great. Yeah, we're really excited about it.
I fought in the Civil War, so I get out my old uniform. I am older now, you know that. Compared to you, I am. What else do you have for us?
So, and then to tie up Preservation Month, we have the Memorial Day ceremony at the Bluff City Cemetery on May 29th.
All right. So again, you've got, we can go up to the city's website, get all this information.
That's right. It'll be up there, and as well as brochures will be out in City Hall, as well as other, the Gale Borden Library will have our brochures, and the Elgin History Museum.
We are the king of preservation, are we not?
That's right.
And you're the specialist.
Yep.
Kristen Sundquist, we appreciate the information.
Great, thank you.
Preservation Month, we'll see you there for all the activities. You can learn more about the information you saw here in Elgin Today or about city services, programs, and events by going to the Elgin website at www.cityofelgin.org. And now the City of Elgin has a 311 contact center. Elgin 311. Call, click, connect by calling 311, the city's information and request resource. For everyone here at Elgin Today, I'm Jeff Myers. We'll see you next time. One additional note, Gretchen Vapner of the Community Crisis Center received a great ovation when it was announced she won an Image Award. Let's relive that moment.